Hey, what is up, fight fans? This just happened! We just found out that Charlie Kirk got shot. The internet absolutely exploded after people witnessed the shocking death of Charlie Kirk live on stream. The story spread fast, and with it came a storm of reactions, from heartbreaking messages to wild conspiracy theories that are still going around online. Today, we're going to break down the most interesting details, the craziest theories, and of course how UFC fighters and the MMA world responded. But here's the twist. Not everyone was mourning Kirk's death. Bang, bing, bang! Some people were actually celebrating it, and that left a lot of fans stunned. Plus, the FBI has just released photos of the person of interest in the killing of Charlie Kirk. I've pulled together everything that you need to know. So, let's get right into it. Hello, everyone. Love you, Charlie. Thank you. The MMA community reacted fast to the shocking death of right-wing commentator and activist Charlie Kirk. News of his killing spread almost instantly across social media, and within hours it seemed like almost nobody had stayed silent. Fighters, coaches, fans, and even people outside of the MMA world felt compelled to weigh in. This was not just another headline. It was a moment that gripped the internet, sparking both grief and outrage. But at the same time, as is so often the case online, wild conspiracy theories began spreading like wildfire. Some users claimed they had seen suspicious details in the live-streamed footage of the event. One of the most widely circulated theories came from people who swore they saw a man adjusting his cap right before the fatal shot was fired. To them, this tiny motion seemed like some sort of prearranged signal, as if the man was cueing a sniper hidden nearby. The story gained traction quickly, with people replaying the video over and over, pointing to the moment frame by frame. Others went down an even stranger path. They argued that in one clip, Charlie Kirk's ring appeared to switch from his ring finger to his pinky finger at the exact moment the shooting occurred. For conspiracy theorists, this strange detail seemed like a clue. Maybe it was proof of video manipulation. Maybe it showed that something supernatural had happened, or maybe it was evidence of a cover-up. Entire threads popped up analyzing this so-called ring switch, complete with slowed-down video breakdowns and exaggerated screenshots circled in red. Now, guys, here's the problem. Too many people online jump to dumb conclusions way too fast. Instead of waiting for facts, people race to fill in the blanks with their own wild ideas. And the internet has made that worse. With every platform rewarding speed and engagement, accounts with clear agendas push these theories hard. They know how to stir people up, and they know that confusion and anger mean more clicks, more followers, and more attention. The truth gets buried under layers of speculation, but in this case, mystery solved. We can finally put an end to the whole ring story. The explanation is not nearly as sensational as people wanted it to be. The ring on Charlie's finger was not teleporting from one hand to another. It wasn't a sign of body doubles or video fakery. It was simply a hinge ring, the kind of ring that opens up on a small clasp. These rings can come undone if you hit your hand hard, if you brush it against something, or if there's any sudden impact. That's exactly what happened here. When the shooting occurred, Kirk's ring popped open and slipped slightly, giving the illusion that it had moved fingers. For viewers analyzing grainy footage in slow motion, it looked like something impossible had happened. But once experts and even casual observers watched the video carefully frame by frame, the truth became clear. You could actually see the hinge come loose and the ring shifting. Nothing magical, nothing otherworldly. Just a simple piece of jewelry reacting to a violent moment. Charlie Kirk had worn that same hinge-style ring at other events, too. If you look back at older photos and videos, you'll notice the exact same design on his hand. In fact, several fans pointed this out, linking pictures of Kirk at rallies and speaking engagements where the ring is clearly visible. He had made it part of his usual look, and for anyone familiar with hinge rings, the mystery was solved in an instant. Unfortunately, that didn't stop the theories from spreading, and that's really the lesson here. In moments of tragedy, especially ones caught on camera, people rush to create meaning where there may be none. A man adjusting his cap suddenly becomes a shadowy operative. A ring slipping becomes evidence of a conspiracy. A pause or a glance in a video is blown up into proof of planning. This has happened before in high-profile shootings, and it will almost certainly happen again. But beyond the noise, What remains clear is that a shocking event unfolded, one that shook not just the political world but also the MMA community and beyond. Whether or not you agreed with Charlie Kirk's politics, his sudden death became a flashpoint, and the theories swirling around it reveal more about the internet's culture of speculation than they do about the event itself. In the end, the truth about the ring shows how fragile narratives can be in the digital age. A simple piece of jewelry with a hinge, something entirely ordinary, was transformed into a symbol of supposed deception. And yet, when looked at carefully, the ordinary truth was there all along. The tragedy of Charlie Kirk's death shouldn't be overshadowed by conspiracy rabbit holes. But for better or worse, this is how stories unfold online. A shocking moment sparks grief, outrage, and remembrance, while at the same time a parallel world of theories, suspicions, and guesses begins to grow. The best we can do is separate fact from fiction, and remember that not every mystery is a mystery at all. Sometimes it's just a hinge ring, at other events too. It didn't magically move from one finger to another, it just popped open when he hit and slipped off the ring finger. We've seen this video many times, and you can clearly see it come off frame by frame. I want y'all to watch this guy. He's going to look to that side, and then he's going to tap his shoulder. He looks, tap, shot. There are even leaked videos of a sniper spotted on a rooftop, drawing comparisons to old footage from the Donald Trump shooting. Where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in. No, he's right there. Later, new footage appeared online suggesting that the killer had already been caught. But Utah police confirmed that 2 suspects were taken into custody after the shooting and were subsequently released, with a manhunt still underway. Apparently, there is another suspect from the shooting who still has not been caught. A woman posted a video showing armed men surrounding a neighbor's house and searching for someone. Okay, do we need to let them know that well, there's more of them right there. I don't know. Okay, this is Phil Saint. Oh my goodness. He's coming right here. Okay, move away from the windows. But recently, the FBI has just released photos of the person of interest in the killing of Charlie Kirk. .30 caliber hunting rifle was found. It was found with an expended cartridge inside the rifle. It was wrapped in a towel. There were also 3 unspent rounds that were in the magazine of the rifle. On those unspent rounds, there were expressions of transgender and anti-fascist ideology. And this comes from a federal law enforcement bulletin. Somebody's shooting over here. Hella people running. There he is right there, that guy. He's the guy. The MMA world was quick to react to the shocking death. Fighters and figures from both MMA and boxing shared messages of grief, anger, and prayer for Kirk and his family. Sean Strickland is facing backlash over his immediate response to the death of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk got shot. And my gut reaction was like, no, I didn't. But I'm excited. Like I felt this little dopamine spike in me where I'm like, dude, I want to see the video. And then I seen the video. Real bad. But I can't believe what I've just heard. This guy's a weirdo. This guy's genuinely a weirdo. I'm actually low. I don't think I've been lost for words this year. What? Nobody needed to hear that. Social media is rotting people's brains, ruining basic humanity, completely not letting us see people as other people anymore. What a perfect example. And the fact, even if you did have this thought, don't record yourself and share it on the internet. Have some decency. What, you want to get some clicks? You really needed to get that opinion out there? What purpose? What does this serve? Is this... Still, many in the MMA community and beyond felt his words crossed the line. Fans also blasted him on social media, calling his response disrespectful and inappropriate. Strickland later explained that his reaction came from being desensitized to violence. He wrote, "I'm just numb to seeing people die online. The entire world watched a Ukrainian girl get murdered. Every day someone is getting murdered on live stream. Welcome to the internet, the erosion of humanity, one reel at a time." Strickland also fired back at fans who weren't happy with this comment. He recorded a video directly addressing the backlash, saying, "America being fed by corporations and government, all you're doing is just prolonging the problem. Like this is going to happen more frequent and more often, and you see it. So unless we really address the problem and say there is a mental health crisis in America that is being caused by government and corporations, It's just going to get worse. Colby Covington, known for his strong support of Donald Trump and the Republican Party, posted a heartfelt tribute on Instagram sharing a photo of Kirk. Chaos wrote, "One of the brightest minds of this generation was taken from us today. Charlie was a patriot, a leader, a kind soul, but most importantly, he was a husband and father. Pray for his family and pray for America." Grappling star Gordon Ryan delivered a blunt message, warning that silence is dangerous. If they will do this to your neighbor, they'll do it to you. To everyone who just wanted to be left alone, what will it take? And this is how former Bellator light heavyweight champ Corey Anderson responded to the tragic news. You don't follow him or support him or but you agree with everything he says. How does that work?
As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. And what Charlie was out there speaking to everybody in his debates was of the word. Now, the other part is I think you can say, for example, I'm a huge Tyler Perry fan. A fan as in the movies he makes. I like his movies, I like his skits, his stand-up, and the whole Dia scene. But I do not follow Tyler Perry on social media. I don't know what he does in his lifetime and what he does on his free time. But what he does in his movies, I like that. Same thing as Charlie Kirk. I don't have to follow him to like what he's saying, what I see he's talking about on YouTube, or if something pop up on my For You page where he's debating with a trans, trying to say, you are technically a man. There is no ands or buts about. God made you a man. He didn't make you a woman. So that's what I mean when I say I support the things he says. I would say the same things, but I wouldn't make a living of going out to different college campuses and standing up for what he believes in and saying stuff and causing riots and commotions on the campus. But at the same time, I stand behind what he's saying. But even if I didn't, there's no reason for me not to like him and want to kill him, is what I'm saying. I hope that helps you better understand exactly what I'm saying.
I didn't say I didn't support him. I said I don't follow him. I'm not a big Charlie Kirk guy, and my support, I see his speeches. What I see, he's talking about on YouTube or for something pops up on my For You page when he's debating with a trans, trying to say, you are technically a man. There is no ands or buts about it. God made you a man. He didn't make you a woman. So that's what I mean when I say I support the things he says. I would say the same things, but I wouldn't make a living of going out to different college campuses and standing up for what he believes in and saying stuff and causing riots and commotions on the campus. But at the same time, I stand behind what he's saying. But even if I didn't, there's no reason for me not to like him and want to kill him, is what I'm saying. I hope that helps you better understand exactly what I'm saying. Bryce Mitchell also released a video responding to the news of Charlie Kirk's death. I'm so upset about Charlie Kirk's passing. I can't really go to sleep right now. I keep thinking of his wife and kids. That's what gets me because I know he wasn't in any pain. And I also know that Charlie Kirk was an extremely brave Christian, and he inspired me to make this post. He was the opposite of a coward. He said everything he believed and made it be known to people because he loved our country. This country is going to burn if we don't stand up and take it back. But not everyone was heartbroken over Charlie Kirk's death. In fact, some people reacted in the opposite way, celebrating the news online. On social media, left-leaning users began leaving cruel and mocking comments under posts made by Kirk's wife. Instead of showing sympathy for a grieving family, they used the moment to attack her and even make fun of the fact that Kirk's children had lost their father. These kinds of reactions shocked many people across the political spectrum, and I've put together a few videos for you that will shock a lot of people. Many are literally celebrating after hearing about Kirk's death. Isn't it just so refreshing to finally see an assassination pulled off successfully for once? I mean, talk about professionalism at the right time. AE. Again, these are the type of people we're dealing with. Quite literally outside chanting about the fact that Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. They're happy about it. They're rejoicing. They're celebrating. This is the reality of what we're dealing with. These are the type of people that we're dealing with. It's despicable. There's no other word for it other than despicable. How can you cheer for the death of another human being like this? How for the past 5 years that I've been involved in politics, I've seen people on the left, people on the ultra-far left, whether they're on the media, whether they're literal sitting elected officials or just random wackos like this demon from hell right here calling for the death of conservatives. When is this going to stop? When is this going to come to an end? When is this going to stop? What we have just witnessed today is absolutely wicked. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a battle between good and evil. This is literal spiritual warfare. These people are evil, and I'm calling for every single conservative, every single one of you. We need to stand up against this nonsense. These people are in a cult of death. They cheer for the death of children. They cheer for the death of conservatives. They cheer for the death of anyone that completely disagrees with their idea. This must come to an end. This absolutely must come to an end. For supporters, it felt like proof that the climate of hate in America has gone too far, where political disagreements can turn into cheering over someone's death. Like, why are we cheering for someone getting shot? Like, no matter what political beliefs are, we should not be cheering that someone got shot. He has a family, we do. I value everyone's beliefs, but we should not be cheering as a class that someone got shot. He has a family. He has a family. He has a family. Yes, and who shot them? A transgender person. So that's what it is. Yes, it doesn't matter. You should not be cheering that someone got shot. What do you mean? Just pointed out the fact that they were about straight away. Yes, you should not be cheering that someone got shot. Even people who didn't always agree with Kirk were disturbed by the level of cruelty being directed at his family during their darkest moment. How do you want to be remembered? If I die, everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered? I want to be remembered for courage, for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life. So what do you personally think about all of this?